What is up, guys? Rick Cacus here, and Bungie has just released their official weekly update for Destiny. And this weekly update actually contained a massive amount of new information about changes to the light leveling system and details about the new heroic mode for the Wrath of the Machine raid, both upcoming very soon. And in fact, the first thing I want to talk about with you guys, we're going to go over all of this news because it is big news, changes to a lot of activities and stuff you guys are definitely going to want to be aware of. But firstly, let's talk about the timeline. I know that this is going to be a huge issue for a lot of people. I know so many people who were thinking that the timing was wrong than what it actually is, so let's go over that first off. So, October 18th is the day that the heroic mode Wrath of the Machine raid is launching. We already knew that from a previous weekly update, but we didn't know the exact time. Now, with this day, October 18th, this is also going to launch, newly announced, patch 2.4.1. This is bringing massive changes to the light leveling system, which we're going to talk about in just a bit, but the timing for that on that day. So, October 18th at 10 a.m. Pacific time is when you can actually install patch 2.4.1. After that, heroic mode will be available for all players at exactly 2 p.m. Pacific time on the same day, October 18th. So that's some huge news. I'm actually hugely in favor of this. I didn't want it to be at reset. A lot of people thought it was going to be at reset, and I was like, great, no sleep, going to be up for, 24 hours straight. But I'm actually really excited that it's launching at 2 p.m. Pacific time. It gives players a chance to get some sleep, to wake up, install the new patch, prepare, and get ready. So I think that is a very good idea, but that's the first thing I wanted to go over with you guys, so you guys now know exactly when heroic mode will be available. But we're now going to talk about that patch 2.4.1, because that's not just, fixing some weasel errors or whatever they're doing in the background, but also increases light level drops for so many activities. So, with the launch of the 2.4.1 patch, the maximum light level will be raised from its current position at 385 to the new maximum light level of 400. Now, with that raise in maximum light level, there's also going to be changes to a lot of activities. They are going to be awarding higher light gear. So the new activities that can, once this patch is installed, award you with up to 400 maximum light level gear are, firstly, strike hordes. So the chests at the end of strikes that you open with skeleton keys will be awarding up to 400 light level gear. The same will be done with the Nightfall, with exotic Engrams, Trials of Osiris, the Crucible actually, so just rewards at the end of a Crucible screen. If they're legendary, they're going to award all the way up to 400. And Iron Banner, the next one that comes in November, will have the light level of rewards kicked up to 400. However, that's not all, and if you're sitting around the 360s of light thinking, wow, that's never going to apply to me because I'm not even 385 yet, I've got some really good news, because more activities are actually having their loot increased up to 385, so you're still going to be able to advance drastically once 2.4.1 actually hits. Firstly, Archon's Forge and the Heroic Siva Strike playlist, so that's the 350 light level recommended playlist, will award you with up to 385 light level loot. So now, Archon's Forge, it's no longer going to be awarding 365 loot, it's going to be giving you loot all the way up to 385. That's huge news. That is some really exciting news. And just the blues dropped from bosses in the Heroic Strike playlist, those are also going to scale up to 385 as well. Additionally, one of the biggest changes is the increase to the light level that Engrams can give you. So previously, legendary Engrams have been capped at 365, but now with this new patch, they will decrypt all the way up to 385. Also, blue engrams, capped at 340, are now going to be decrypting all the way up to 365. So if you're struggling with your light level, that is fantastic news. Basically everything you can do is increasing your light level once patch 2.4.1 actually hits. Now those are a lot of fantastic changes coming soon to Destiny, but there's actually more. Bungie then said that artifacts and ghosts were kind of the sticking points in advancing levels. For a lot of players, a low light ghost or a low light artifact will be holding them back from achieving a much higher light level. Well, they've actually addressed that. Artifacts and ghosts are going to be added as rewards to the Archon's Forge, both of which are going to be dropping all the way up to a light level of 400, which is absolutely fantastic. On top of that, faction packages have an increased rate to drop ghost shells, and faction packages for leveling up Eris Morn have an increased chance to give you artifacts as well. So, just all around massive and awesome changes to the light leveling system. It seems like Bungie has taken some of the concerns, some of the complaints from the community about the leveling system and have really addressed them. So kudos to you, Bungie. These all seem like fantastic changes. Now the last thing I do want to mention is the actual activities. None of these activities, like I've gone over all of these changes to light level rewards, but all of these activities will actually not scale in recommended light to these new rewards. So the Archon's Forge is not getting harder. The Heroic Strike playlist is not getting harder. The only activity that is scaling upwards is the Nightfall. It'll have a new recommended light level of 380, but all other activities, according to this official post, are staying at their current recommended light levels. So we just have a massive increase to the loot you're getting, but not an increase to the difficulty of activities. So pretty much everyone out there is going to be able to rack up those light level points very, very fast. So guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed and found it informative. Now, if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you want to see more Destiny content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That's linked in the description down below, as is my Twitch channel, which you can also follow. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.